Hello, and welcome to the triumphant return of Netflix Picks. I finally found my microphone, so it's time to get back to work. And what better way to bring back this series than with one of the most original and nostalgic television series that has ever been produced for Netflix. That's right, we're going to be talking about Stranger Things. Some of you may have already seen this series, but for those of you who have not, you're really missing out. Stranger Things is a show that pulls inspiration from a variety of sources. It's largely Spielbergian in nature and undeniably nostalgic for the sci-fi and adventure movies of the 1980s. Heck, the original music developed for this series is a synthwave score that will harken back to the music of the era. Speaking of 80s music, this series is literally filled with hits from the era. The soundtrack was so good that they've already announced plans to release it individually, which is the first example I can think of from a television series developed for a platform like Netflix. Stranger Things has been so well received that they have already announced a second season of the show, which will be a direct continuation of the story told in its first season. At only 8 episodes in length, it won't be too difficult to work your way through this loving homage to the movies and television shows that inspired a generation to dream big. Stranger Things is littered with character actors who will be immediately familiar to most viewers. Winona Ryder is perhaps the biggest name attached to the project, and this may just be her best role in a decade or more. One of the most important characters is played by a young girl named Millie Bobby Brown, and her role immediately reminded me of the role that Dakota Fanning played in the television series Taken. Back then, people were foretelling great things for her after that role, and I can easily see Millie having a pretty notable career as well. If you like that genre of film that finds a group of kids going on an adventure, this series was made for you. If you like Stephen King novels or television miniseries, this was made for you. If you like X-Files, Supernatural, Stand By Me, E.T., Super 8, The Goonies, or anything even remotely similar, Stranger Things is an absolute must-watch. Do yourself a favor and partake in the Netflix original series that everyone is talking about. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned in the coming weeks for even more Netflix picks.